I think it's really important to know what you want, right? And a lot of people don't know what they want in life. They also don't know how they want to be. How do you, especially if you're a leader, what sort of a leader do you want to be? And I think knowing your leadership style, knowing what you like, and being really straight up with people. I always find people respond really well to that. And if you come in to a leadership role, like when I took over as CEO at Thought Leaders, Peter Cook was the CEO before me, and Pete's a really good friend of mine, and he could not be more different than me. Like, Pete is so calm, and so he's like, he just couldn't, he's so calm, so deep, and he says very little. He's the king of the pause. So you can imagine for the team, going from him to me was like, what? Like, they didn't know. I would turn up in meetings and be like, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Pete would just sit there and let them all speak. So it was such a different experience. And so for me to be able to go in and go, okay, cool, I'm not Pete. I'm never going to be Pete. I'm Lisa. This is how I roll. This is what I enjoy. This is what I'm obsessed with. This is what will really excite me. If you want to sort of connect with me, this is how. If you want to piss me off, this is how. Because I think knowing what you respond to is really important. And if you're leading a team, it's really unfair if they don't know how to get the best out of you. So if I say to them, I need, some leaders are some humans are very big on time. They want to be on time, right? They love being on time. I don't even believe in time. I don't care if people are late. I don't care. If you're late, I assume you had something better to do, because I assume you're intelligent, and I assume that which sometimes assumptions don't work, but I assume that you had something on that was more important than being, in a meeting at exactly 10 a.m. So, but other people, if you are late, they will lose it, because that's a deal breaker for them. So knowing what your deal breakers are and how you respond, I think is your job, and then articulating that to the people that work for you, because otherwise they're upsetting you without even realizing what they're doing. And then you start going, I don't really enjoy working with her. And you're like, but why is that? And it's like, just know the rules of the game. If I'm the leader, these are the rules of my game, and this is how I like to roll. And I also spend time getting to know how other people like to roll, because I think my job as a leader is to support people. It's not for them to run around doing everything for me, right? So I go, my job is to make your life better. How can I do that? And how can we make this company better? And what do you need from me? And what can I give you? So I need to know, what do you need? And I've got such a varied team that it's like, what do you need? What do you need? How do you roll? Are you an introvert? Do you hate sending emails? Do you love text messages? How do you like to communicate? What brings out the best in you, I think, is every leader's job to find out about the people that work for them. I think it's so important that having awareness of who you're working with, how they roll, because we're all different. We're all humans. But I'm surprised at how many leaders don't actually even know themselves. Like, I run a program called, Leading Yourself to Lead Others. And it's like, you don't even know what you're about. So how can your team know what you're about if you don't know yourself? And they go, oh, I'm just me. And I'm like, yeah, what does that look like? Describe yourself. They're like, I can't. I'm like, you need to know who you are, because it's very hard for people to work with, a ghost. It's hard for people to work with someone who turns up and sort of, you don't even know if they're real or not. Like, what are you about? What do you stand for? And I think knowing what people are about that's the connection piece, and that's how you build really strong relationships. And I think leadership's all about relationships, right?